Okay, welcome everybody. You are watching David and Gerry's Real Estate Cafe, and I'm David Grossman. My partner, business partner, Gerry Hogenhout from Canadian Investment Services is with us, and we've also got a great panel tonight. We're going to have a panel discussion, and the topic is commercial real estate. You know, people have been talking about the figures, the sales, everything's hot, but they're always talking about residential. That's the first thing that people think about. But what is happening in the commercial real estate market? Clearly, there are challenges in that marketplace with businesses shutting down, businesses that are operating from home, while others are still active. If you're an LCBO or a Shoppers Drug Mart, you are probably doing okay, or Sobeys. But many niche markets in that group are facing challenges. Where are the opportunities? What niche markets and in what cities? That is what we're going to be discussing tonight with our amazing panel, which include Ravi Thacker, commercial realtor and also mortgage agent. Ravi's actually part of my mortgage team. Perry Battelle, who's actually been a good friend since we were probably about 6 years old. Perry Battelle is from Harvey Callis. He specializes in commercial real estate. We also have Ralph Cananaco, who I've met more recently through a good friend, Navtaj Chandoki, and I see Ralph is up to some very interesting things from a perspective of land development and commercial real estate, both inside and outside of Toronto. So lots to talk about. We also have Michael Davidson, who is just driving his son somewhere, but he'll be back with us on the Zoom call shortly. First, let's bring Ravi into the conversation. Ravi Thacker is both a real estate agent and a mortgage agent. He actually is he's on my mortgage team. So we've had an opportunity to work together on some interesting deals. One of the reasons I was really excited to bring Ravi into the team is because of his interest in commercial real estate and some of the work that he's been doing. Ravi, I know, is also very interested in real estate outside of Toronto in particular. Tell us what you've been working on, Ravi. I know you got a project in Barrie and elsewhere.
Sure. Thank you, David, for the opportunity and happy to be part of this discussion. I think Ralph and Perry has pretty much covered the Ontario, right? The GTA. so to say, just to re-echo what Ralph was pinpointing, there are great opportunities. And in my case, the research, with a little bit of background, I serve in corporate for 20 years in financial district, being a IT project and program manager, dive into full-time realty and the commercial side and some of the opportunities I saw. And that's where I'm basically working towards for the second chapter of my life. Multi-residential, as many asset classes, definitely is very risk averse, as all the expert panelists have echoed. And this is something which are very well insulated, despite the unprecedented, the COVID scenarios we haven't seen in our lifetime, and I'm seeing some excellent opportunities. I have done some due diligence and some data points, as Ralph has been pointing. Going outside of the GTA, there are two asset classes, like how you want to investigate and invest into a high value asset. Cap rates are low, as Perry has been pointing in the GTA. But if you go out, there are golden nuggets to be picked up. It all depends on the eyes of the beholder, how you see and what kind of a vision you're carrying. I have seen and I've met with investors who see within their comfort zone. They're looking only 1.5 hours drive down, David. So they will get what is there. Already those properties are basically in high demand. So the ask price, the listing prices are going up, reducing the cap rates. But when you go outside of the comfort zone, that's where you start to find the things, really. And if you can pluck those things and you are really invest your time to basically stabilize those assets, they are kind of you can get them on a bargaining price because they're very steady in terms of the rental flow, in terms of tenant profile, and there are opportunities there to be made. I'm also, David, involved in some of the land developments. You pinpointed not too far the Barry. Barry has done excellently well, not only from a residential uptick, from the June number, and also from a rental, vacancies and rental market absorption. Barry is an excellent place, not too far. Right now, I'm working also on a multi-residential asset class, 50 units, which is almost on a SPA level within a 2-month horizon. And we are basically looking very positive for this one. The average rental for this property has been coming up to 1800s. So we are seeing a lot of opportunities in this projects. Using your forum, I want to put out the word, not competing with Rolf, who was offering a lot of better ROI, but this is a very good opportunity. Also, people who want to dip their feet with 8.5 kind of ROI with profit sharing. And the idea is just to hold these assets for, for some long term. They want to continue. I'd be happy to share that opportunity. Aside from there, Western Canada, looking so many opportunities, especially into the Golden Horseshoes area. I'm seeing a lot of opportunities into the Collingwood, the Wasaga site, reason I'm working on a approved community of 500 homes, as well as I'm also working on a opportunity into the Western where you go 89 Mount Forest site. Long and short, this is one pet peeve of mine, David. So I'm focusing, and I can see many people can take a lot of advantage of this, as this can really generate a passive income stream for them and create a lot of opportunities for wealth generation.
Okay, excellent. Well, I know you do great work for your clients, as do all the panelists, and we're going to share everybody's contact information shortly. We have some questions which we will get to momentarily.
Sure. Lastly, David, if you may allow another insight on the Dufferin and the Bruce side. We have seen the Shelburne has really grown into a big community. There's a new development happening on the Dundalk, which are also thoroughfare on the Highway 10, connecting to the Wasaga side as well as to the Owen Sign corridor. And then they have intersection from Guelph, the Highway 6, which goes, all towards that side. But Rolf, if you have taken your compass that side.
Ravi, over to you. What's your ideal client, and what kind of investment does somebody need to make if they want to invest in commercial real estate with you?
Sure, there are optimum amount of opportunity depend upon the the qualification of the investor, whether what is the risk appetite is for more savvy investor who understand the marketplace and especially the asset classes. I would recommend them. This Barry opportunity I'm working is a good way to start. We are basically soliciting and encouraging people to come both as a accredited or non-accredited with a 50,000 kind of investment with a guaranteed return and profit sharing. If people who like to take baby steps, definitely some of the single family homes are a good, places, but they are like to invest. I do also deal in pre-construction. Some people see them the equity appreciation perspective. So that's another area to look at it. Purpose-built apartment, definitely a lot of opportunities there. We haven't really spoken much on the student housing, which has so much of a scarcity. I know we are running out of time, so there are opportunities depending upon, and I can definitely take one-on-one, David, if anybody has direct questions.
Very good. Thank you very, very much, Ravi, for sharing your expertise with us. We have indeed